Let's get electrified! Just like normal people that exist in our modern world, you rely on electricity daily, but probably you don't give much thought as where it comes from or how it magically appears. Well, electricity is also a form of energy that we can get when we work other forms of energy like this, which these energies come from two groups of resources. Renewable resources, which can be used over and over again, and its example are hydropower, geothermal power, biomass, solar power, and wind power. And on the other hand, we have non-renewable resources which cannot be replenished, and its example are nuclear power, natural gas, oil and petroleum, and coal. Now, let us further discuss the different sources of electricity. Hydropower produces hydroelectricity by means of water. It captures the energy of falling water to generate electricity. A turbine converts the kinetic energy of falling water into mechanical energy. Then generator converts it from turbine into electrical energy. These are examples of hydroelectric power plants that exist today. 1. Caliraya Dam in Lumban, Laguna. 2. San Roque Dam in Pangasinan and Benguet. 3. Pulangi Dam in Manamag, Bukidnon. And lastly, the number 1 dam worldwide, the Three Gorges Dam in Hubei, China. It have a positive impact, and these are 1. Healthy environment. 2. More reliable water supply and flood control. 3. Electricity can be generated constantly. And 4. Offers opportunity for recreation and tourism. On the other hand, it have a negative impacts, and these are 1. High price and higher risk for disaster. 2. Environmental dislocation and tribal rights. 3. Wildlife and fishes get affected. And 4. Water supply shortage. Yes, it has limits. The average life expectancy of this often estimated to be 50 to 100 years, and with good maintenance, it can even reach up to 200 years.
The next source of electricity is geothermal power. It is a renewable resource, meaning it is available for lifetime. It is contained in the rocks and fluids beneath the Earth's crust and can be found as far down to the Earth's magma. Here are the examples of geothermal power plants in the Philippines, and this can last from 20 to 50 years and require maintenance. To produce power from geothermal energy, wells are dug a mile deep into underground reservoirs to access the steam and hot water, which can then be used to drive turbines connected to electricity generators. There are 3 types of geothermal power plants: dry steam, flash, and binary. Here are the advantages of geothermal power and why is it safe. And here are the disadvantages of geothermal power. The next source of electricity is power from biomass, which is also renewable. It is an energy generated or produced by living or once living organisms. The most common biomass materials used for energy are plants, such as corn and soy. The energy from these organisms can be burned to create heat or converted into electricity. Here are the examples of biomass power plants in the Philippines. Most electricity generated from biomass is produced by direct combustion. Biomass is burned in a boiler to produce high-pressure steam. This steam flows over a series of turbine blades, causing them to rotate. The rotation of the turbine drives the generator, producing electricity. Here are the advantages and disadvantages of using biomass as an electricity source.
Next is solar power. Solar power is the most abundant renewable energy source available. It needs the sunlight to convert into electricity through photovoltaic panels and concentrating solar power. Solar panel farms is a large collection of photovoltaic solar panels that convert the sun's rays into electricity by exciting electrons in silicon cells using the photons of light from the sun. Here in Philippines, we have Calatagan Solar Farm in Batangas, and internationally, the Tengger Desert Solar Park in China. The pros of solar farm are reduces electricity bills, clean, and low operating costs, while the cons are high purchasing costs, weather dependent, and uses a lot of space. Is it harmful? Solar power creates no emissions that are harmful to human health and environment. However, solar farms also pose real environmental challenges, including habitat degradation and harm to wildlife. Is it limited or not? The sun provides more than enough energy to meet the whole world's energy needs. Unlike fossil fuels, it won't run out anytime soon. Next is wind power. Wind is air in motion which produced by an even heating of Earth's surface by the sun. It is renewable and efficient energy that is key to energy transition and decarbonization of economy. Wind energy is obtained from the force of wind through wind turbines where wind turns the propeller like blades of a turbine around the rotor, which spins a generator that creates electricity. Here in Philippines, we have wind farms such as Burgos Wind Farm in Ilocos Norte and Pililla Wind Farm in Rizal. The pros of wind farms are clean, inexhaustible, cheap, and low impact, while the cons are dangerous to flying wildlife, noise and visual pollution, and wind reliability. Is it harmful? Wind power creates no emissions that are harmful to human health and environment. However, it has adverse environmental impacts including the potential to degrade habitat for wildlife. Is it limited or not? Wind occurs everywhere and won't drown out anytime soon.
Hi! Nuclear power is a clean and efficient way of boiling water to make steam, which turns turbines to produce electricity. Nuclear power plants use low-enriched uranium fuels to produce electricity through the process called fission, or is the splitting of uranium atoms in a nuclear reactor. Here are the examples of nuclear power plants. We have Bataan Nuclear Power Plant, and we have Kashiwazaki Kariwa Nuclear Power Plant. Pros: low carbon. Nuclear power does not produce greenhouse gas emission, not intermittent. A nuclear power can run without any interruption for a year or more. Cons: if it goes wrong. If a nuclear power plant went into a meltdown, it will be devastating for the environment. Nuclear waste. Expensive to build. Yes, nuclear power produces radioactive waste. A major environmental concern related to nuclear power is the creation of radioactive waste, such as uranium mill trailings, spent or used reactor fuel, and other radioactive waste. Nuclear energy is not a renewable resource. Uranium, a nuclear fuel that is used to produce nuclear energy, is limited.
Natural gas is a fossil energy source that forms deep beneath the Earth's surface. Natural gas deposits can be found on land, and some offshore and deep under the ocean floor. There are 5 natural gas plants here in the Philippines, 3 of which have been here for almost 20 years. First yan Santa Rita and San Lorenzo plant and the Iligan plant. The other 2 are the Avion and San Gabriel plant, all located in Batangas. Natural gas power plant uses natural gas as its fuel. All natural gas plants uses gas turbine. Natural gas is added along with a stream of air which combusts and expands through this turbine, causing a generator to spin a magnet, making electricity. The most environmental fossil fuel is natural gas. Its key advantages are it's cheap, it has less carbon dioxide emission than other fossil fuel, and it's reliable. But its disadvantages are it's costly to store, it's dangerous and it could explode, and has more carbon dioxide and methane emission than solar or wind power. Natural gas is limited to us right now because it takes millions of years to form.
Let us discuss oil and petroleum gas. Oil is the largest source of energy in the United States, covering 40% of all nations' entire power needs. Petroleum, also called crude oil, is a fossil fuel. Like coal and natural gas, petroleum was formed from the remains of ancient marine organisms such as plants, algae, and bacteria. Over millions of years intense heat and pressure, these organic remains transformed into carbon-rich substance. We rely on raw materials for fuel and wide variety of products. For me, it is very useful to help all the households to give electricity to the mostly in our daily life. Burning oil for electricity pollutes the air, water, and the land, but some of these worst environmental woes associated with oil are linked to drilling, transporting, and refining. It is harmful because it can destroy our natural resources due to pollution, and most it will destroy our ozone layer.
Hello, let us talk about the coal-fired power plant. Coal power plant is a thermal power station which burns coal to generate electricity. The coal is usually pulverized and then burned in a pulverized coal-fired boiler. The furnace heats convert boiler water to steam, which is then used to steam turbines to steam. Thus, chemical energy stored in coal is converted successively into thermal energy, chemical energy, and finally, a coal-fired power stations in the Philippines. One power station located in Suwan Pangasinan Commission on 1999, Maribles coal-fired power station, power plant located in Maribles, Bataan Commission on 2013. Advantages of coal-fired power plant reliability. One of the greatest advantages of coal-fired power plants is reliability, affordability, abundance, known technology. The disadvantages of coal-fired power plant is smoke and air pollution. Air pollution from coal-fired power plant is linked with asthma, cancer, heart, and lung illness. The problems as drains, global warming, and other severe environmental and public health impacts.
Thank you for watching. See you in another episode of Let's Get Electrified. Bye!